I want to make a little video here about yesterday's rally. The reason I didn't go live is because there was four of us, and I just felt that there wasn't enough content for me to go live. So now that I did do the rally yesterday, and I did have a chance to talk to some people and talk to some Walker buyers and stuff. Uh, there was a lot that we talked about that was uh, good content, and didn't want to go live because I didn't want there to be no content. So some of the things that were said yesterday at the rally we talked about were here. Let me turn on the messages so I can see, because there is people in the chat now. All right. All right. So one of the things that was brought up at the rally is that people are. Oh, hi, Crystal. We talked about paying off student debt. Was one of the things that we brought up at the rally yesterday. Was just the four of us talking, and like I said, I didn't go live because I wanted content. I talked to a man who had to pay child support for most of his life, and he got to talking to me, and he said, man, paying the child support really affected my kids. It really affected the way I lived my life. It affected the ladies' kids who were living with me at the time that I had to pay the child support. He said it affected all of us. And he said, now, if they went and wiped out the debt for child support, he said it's not fair. It wouldn't be fair to him. I think it's the same thing with the student debt. I honestly believe that. There is something you can go to college to learn how to weave a basket. My tax dollars are paying for somebody to learn to weave a basket. Now, if they were going to use that in life, in a different area of their life, and it was going to become a career for them or something, I mean, that's different. But there's so many things that people can study now that are just that we don't even use in everyday life. You know what I mean? Like education on gender studies, for one. Why are my tax dollars going to relieve debt for somebody that's studying gender? Honestly, I don't know what you guys believe or anything, but I believe that there is two genders, and that that's it. You know what I mean? And I don't think that our hard tax dollars. I bust my butt every day. I honestly do. I bust my butt. And they've cut us down to 12 days a week. I'm only working 12 days a month. They've cut us down to 12 days a month. I'm only working 12 days a month now, and it's hard. So I just wanted to go live this one time because I didn't go live for the rally yesterday. I am sorry for that. There was 4 people. My numbers have doubled since the first rally. The first rally was me and Cheyenne. Yesterday it was me, Cheyenne, a guy named Josh, and Cody, my lead from work. So I mean, that's 2 more people. That doubled the numbers of the rally. So if we set up another rally, now if you're watching this, I would suggest that you look up the Pendleton Roundup. There is a underground in Pendleton. It was built under the whole city of Pendleton, Oregon, and it was to hide the Chinese, or it was to hide Asians during a wartime. And when I was in prison this last time, they were tearing down statues and monuments, or making people take down statues and monuments because of what they stood for, what they were in history and everything. And I'm telling you right now that if you told the people of Pendleton, Oregon, to dismantle the underground and that it should not be there, we as Pendleton are going to stand up. We as Oregonians are going to stand up, especially on the east side. Yesterday at the rally that I went to City Hall. We put out cornhole games on the grass, sat out lawn chairs, a table, and nobody bothered us at all. The police drove by and waved. They knew it was a peaceful patriot protest. So with the police being behind us, I think that next month in September, there is the Pendleton Roundup. And I'm gonna light up a cigarette right now. I'm outside. I'm a smoker, and I'm gonna smoke. All right, it's just. But I wonder. I hope this phone doesn't die. So, anyways, like I said, there was some content yesterday. We did talk about some things. My lead from work has been out of prison for almost 3 years. He's buying his own house. He has a daughter. I would like to introduce you to the American patriots I know and love. So, oh, it is September now. Thank you, Terry. It is September. It is the very first day of September. Yes, during I think the second to last week of this month in Pendleton, Oregon is Roundup. It's a big rodeo event right here that we have in Oregon, in Pendleton, Oregon. And yeah, so my next rally is going to be during that event because there will be more people, more conservative people. I can talk to them about conventions of states, introduce them to the 1776 restoration movement, and kind of talk to them about the people that I met and the people I know from the movement. I just wanted to go live again because I was supposed to go live yesterday and I felt that I had no content. Yeah, of course he knows my history. I will tell you something right now. Yes, he knows my history. The people out here have been raised with me and grown with me and have seen me grow and know who I am today. And he does know. So I have nothing to hide from anybody. I'm not hiding from nobody. I'm out in the open. I'm setting up these rallies. I'm trying to bring grassroots armies together so we can unite as a front, especially in Oregon, because there's two sides of Oregon. There's the right side and the left side. And literally, when you look at the state, it is the left side and the right side, the Portland area and Eastern Oregon. And I think that our presence out here should be known. And like I said, for the content of the rally yesterday, I'm sorry for not live streaming. I'm sorry for not live streaming. I should have stepped out in obedience. I was scared and I didn't. And we had some very good conversations. And one of the things that Josh asked me is, why are we here at City Hall right now? And I said, well, because we're getting laid off because of the way the economy is and the way the government is. And we, as people, feel that we have no voice sometimes. I mean, honestly, we do. And going out to Bunker Hill was a huge move for me. And I will say this, Santa did let my voice be heard. I did not expect that, and he did. And I am very grateful for that. There's some very good men in that movement. I never had a strong man in my life, so I looked to the internet a little bit. I found Quincy, and I found Santa, and I met Big D, and there's more to come. There is more to come. So I just wanted to do I'm just going to do this little 10-minute live video. I'll go for another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to be done. But I wanted to apologize because I didn't live stream yesterday. So, and like I said, the cops drove by. The cops seen us playing cornhole on City Hall steps, and they waved at us. They didn't have no problem with us. They didn't mind us being there, you know, and they had our backs. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the way things are going with my life. I thank God for that daily. I thank God for Shy. I couldn't do any of the things I do without Cheyenne, man. She helps me out so much. She helps me out so much. She packs my breakfast. She packs my lunch. She works now too, and she's a very great woman. She's a very great woman, and I'm very blessed to have her in my life. My mother too. My mother bought pocket constitutions for the rally yesterday. She bought them off of Amazon. She got me a bullhorn. Little things are starting to step up, and we the four of us came together with a plan to go down there this month, September, and pass out flyers, pass out constitutions to let people know about the conventions of states, and just let them know it's not a right or left thing anymore. It's a right and wrong thing. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I thank you guys for this. I promise the next time I do a rally, I will go live. I'm hoping that if the numbers of the people jump to 8 people, that means I will have doubled twice in a row. Now, if you have 100 people and you double it, that's a big double. You know what I mean? But if you have 2 people and you double it, it's still a double. You doubled your numbers. If you can double your numbers 4 or 5 times in a row, I mean, that's the goal, right? That's the goal, to double your numbers 4 or 5 times in a row, you know? And that's how it starts. And then if you double your numbers 4 or 5 times in a row and one of those people doubles their numbers 4 or 5 times in a row, then I mean that doubles your numbers again. So let's just, I mean, maybe not doubles your numbers. Let's do the math. I mean, I cut wood on a solid day. You can't double, 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 double. You know what I mean? Off of somebody else, but it does raise the numbers significantly. So I thank you guys. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Josh, for showing up to the rally yesterday. Thank you, Shai, for everything you're doing. Thank you, Mom, for supporting me in this. And I'm glad that I can make you proud and that that you're happy. You know, my mom sent me a letter the other day and said God saved you and me at the same time. All right, bye. Camera was on the wrong side. So the rally was at Pendleton, Oregon. We did it at the City Hall in Pendleton, Oregon. Yeah. Here, let me check that out again. All right. Didn't know anything about it. I'd have been here. Yeah, so is what we did was we get, so I work right if we're going to talk about Pendleton, I work in Pendleton manufacturing RVs for a company, and 4 people attended my rally. Liberal Moms of America, 4 people attended my rally. The numbers doubled since the first time. The first time it was me and Cheyenne, my wife, and this time 2 other people showed up, and we got to talk about some things. So we're gonna set one up for Roundup. We're gonna try to sit on the grass at City Hall around Roundup and put out the cornhole games and inform people of the Convention of States. Just talk to people about the tyranny in the federal government, and to also just be around like-minded people, you know. And I think that it's important that we know out here the people around us. There's people, you might live next to somebody that sells eggs. Eggs are up right now. We live in Eastern Oregon. If you go out to the country and you drive around for a little bit, you'll see houses outside that have signs out that are selling eggs. And I think it's important that we use our rural community right here in Oregon, in Eastern Oregon, and lift each other up. Yesterday was my announcement of the Paul Revere Project, which is I'm trying to get all the churches in Umatilla County. I'm starting at a county level, get all the churches in Umatilla County to maybe coming together for a one-time county event. I think it's only a matter of time before Seattle and Portland spread over to our communities out here in rural Oregon, Eastern Oregon. And I mean, there's that lady up in Bellingham, Washington that runs a sex shop for kids of all ages. That's our backyard. You know what I mean? People don't realize that Portland is our backyard. And that if they seen these sexual education books from the city, I think that more people would be active to stand up and respond, because that's our backyard. That's only going to spread one way. And out to our youth and to our communities, you know. And like I said, I talked to Josh yesterday, and he said paying for his child support affected him, the woman that was living with him, the kids that were living with him. It affected his whole life. And if Biden or Joe would have said, let's do all the child support, I mean, he had to pay his child support. What about these people that had to pay their student loans? The people that went to college and paid their student loans. You know what I mean? So how is this fair to them? How is it fair to us that people are taking loans for these educational classes that aren't, I mean, they're informative, they might be educational, but you're not going to weave a basket to make a living. You know what I mean? You're not going to weave a basket to make a living. You're not going to study gender to make a living. I mean, well, now you might, because it's spread so far. It's spread so far. What's the difference between woke and awake? People ask me why I'm following the 1776 Restoration Movement. I'm not following the 1776 Restoration Movement. I follow Jesus Christ, and I am very much a part of the 1776 Restoration Movement. And I followed the People's Convoy. I've been following since Ottawa. Um, and I made it out to DC. I drove all the way across the country with my wife in a little broke down car, all the way to DC to go protest for the 4th of July. And I believe that there's other people around this county that want change and that see what's going on and that are starting to be directly affected by the decisions that our legislators are making. I don't know how many of you guys are from Oregon know about Measure 111. I don't know how many of you guys from Oregon know about Measure 114. But these are things that you guys are going to have to look up and check into on for yourself. You know, I'm an ex-con. I can't even own a gun, but I am for the Second Amendment. I just because I can't have a gun or I lost my privileges doesn't mean that I'm against guns, or it doesn't mean that I'm for guns. Is what I believe in is the Constitution. I wouldn't spend my money on doing these rallies and and educating people if it wasn't worth it. If it wasn't worth it. A man once said, if a man can't find something to die for, he isn't fit to live. I found that something in Jesus Christ when I was saved on July 11, 2017. And again, I found that when I witnessed firsthand the tyranny in the government and the abundant hypocrisy of the mainstream media. You see, we have the mainstream media that'll have a police station burning down in the background, and they say this is a mostly peaceful protest. All right? Nobody burnt down the Capitol. Nobody burnt down the Capitol. Where are those people that burnt down those police stations? They're running the streets. Where are those people that burnt down those businesses? They're running the streets. Right? Now, where are the people that shut down your businesses? They're sitting in a house that needs a renovation. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Is being in office, as long as I've been alive, long enough to work your own agenda? I've been on this earth for 37 years. There's been people in that house for about that same amount of time. What are we gonna do about it? Why aren't the people that burnt down the police stations sitting in jail? And then you want to so what are they? Are they political prisoners? Because to me, they're political heroes. I know people on ankle monitors that went to that event. I know people that are sitting in jail that went to that event. That's a good question. Hit me up on, I got a Facebook that's under Branch Crew. It's me holding a flag above my head with, I got tattoos on my back. It looks like a biker jacket. It's a 3-piece patch. It's Jesus' hand, my hand, the Bible, a dove. Branch Crew on Facebook. You can find me on Branch Crew on Facebook. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that I really honestly had any viewers from around this area, man. That's kind of cool. That's kind of exciting. I'm glad I went live right now. I've only been live one other time. I trip out about it because I want to be able to talk to you guys like I'm talking to people and not to a phone. And as long as I'm talking to a phone, I feel like I don't even really know if there's 8 people. It says there's 8 people watching this, but I guarantee you, like, half of those have to be trolls for me. People don't like me. People don't like my testimony. People don't like my story. But you know what? I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I'm not offended. It doesn't offend me that you don't like me. You don't have to like me. There's people that I work with that I don't like, that I work with on this stuff. On stopping the tyranny and showing the abundant hypocrisy of the mainstream media, honestly, the mainstream media, defund the mainstream media, defund the FBI, you know what I mean? Don't defund our police, man. I live right next door to a dope house. I literally live right next door to a dope house, and there's nothing I can do about it. But you want to know something? I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I don't associate with those people. If they need help, if they look like they need food, and I'm out here barbecuing, guess what? I'm going to give them a burger. It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. Is what matters is that the education of people. Yeah, people want to say, I mean, there's certain things people want to say. Trump put in the Emergency Act, and he's the one who originated it, so we wouldn't want to I'm not left or right. I'm not left or right. Why? And that dope house, had a police presence inside of that house 4 times in the last year that I've been seeing Shy. So this is Shy's house. This is our house now, but it was Shy's. It was Cheyenne's 100%. She had it all before the car. She had everything before she ever met me, man. And the police had been in that house maybe 4, I would like to say 4 times that I've seen them with a large presence. I mean, actually in the house with their vests on and stuff. And I think they've told them to clean up the property. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me just, I'll show you guys real quick. I don't like doing this because it's not kind of ethical to me, but they just painted it white. They got all the stuff in the back, but they just painted it white. We never knew how good the roof was until they painted it. So we never knew how good, we never seen how good the roof was because the sides of the house were kind of damaged and pretty bad looking. So we never knew how good the roof was. And we were sitting out here the other day and Shai said, man, that's a brand new roof on that house. And I said, you're absolutely right. And all it took was one little coat of white paint. But yeah, I really want to set something up for September. If I'm going to make this a 30-minute video now because I got 6 minutes left. I've never been really live before, but I do appreciate it. There was 10 people watching on here at one time, which means that somebody was listening. And and even that one person, just that one person is all that matters. I jumped on here, there was 0, and I was like, I've never been live, so I don't know, 7 viewers, 7 thumbs up. Like, I didn't never realize, I don't know how to do any of this. Honestly, I don't, but I do know this. If you don't take that first step, you ain't gonna move. If you don't take that first step, you ain't gonna move. I think that we need to be more focused on helping one another. Okay, cool story about yesterday real quick. So there was a lady there that was at the city hall that was sitting on the steps, and she went and put her feet in the fountain for a little while, and and so she came up to me with a piece of paper on it, and it's because she was deaf. I didn't know that she was deaf, but she came up to me with a piece of paper on it, right? Because we don't assume. I try not to judge anybody anymore, so there was no way that I was going to be like, oh, this lady's deaf. So she hands me this paper, and it says, will you get me two bottles of milk, a root beer, and a cup of ice? And she couldn't walk. Her knees were so swollen. And I know what edema looks like because my dad had edema, So Shai was like, oh, I'll go get her some stuff. All right, so she tried to give us money and told us we could keep the change. We ain't those people. We ain't those people. You know what I mean? Like, if you need a couple bottles of milk and a root beer, let us buy it for you. We're dirt broke, but let us buy it for you because, you know what? You need that $11 way more than I do. Way more than I do. And I've been there. And the worst part about it is that I was the worst drug addict, man. I was a bad drug addict. I was a good drug addict. So if you look at a drug addict for doing what they do, I was good at that. So, but we helped her. We got her some milk. We got her some ice, and she said, thank you so much, And it was really cool. It was really cool being able to help somebody, you know, being able to help somebody at the rally, not even away from the rally. And Josh says, "Man, bringing a barbecue down here in the back of a truck selling freedom burgers for $3 a piece, it would have been a great idea, you know what I mean? Especially if there would have been more people or whatever." So uh we went down. I told him, I said, "Bro, the first burger I cooked or anybody cooked out of that grill would have went to that lady. Regardless of money, regardless of, I don't need the money. I would rather feed that lady than sell 15 burgers and make up for the money I spent to put into the rally. I would rather feed that lady." Now, let's talk about feeding that lady. What are you going to feed that lady? Because you might give her food, and that's edible. But what knowledge are you going to give her? Are you going to pray for her? So, I've been thinking about going live and just going around praying for people at first, honestly. And doing my rally in September, doing the rally, doing our rally, not my rally, not my rally, our rally, our rally, our rally. It feels good to be able to have a team underneath me for a little bit. I've never had some people that were so supportive of what we're doing. Want to, so I appreciate Cody and Josh for coming down. I appreciate Shy for everything she does. I appreciate my mom. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without my mom. I wish the internet wasn't so mean. I have some fear in my life, and I just ask that you guys will pray for me for that. I do have fear. I don't fear the trolls. I don't. And listen, I don't fear anything behind the phone. I don't. I don't fear anything behind the phone. I honestly don't. I don't fear anything in person like that. It wears on you. People want to be mean, you know, and I used to be a mean person myself, so I think that's kind of why I'm so tolerant. So I love you guys. I thank you guys for everything that you guys are doing. Even you guys that are sitting behind here, modding, watching, everything that you guys are doing to help people, help save our children, our kids. I appreciate that. Helping make things better for the next generation. I appreciate that. I couldn't do this without knowing you guys are sitting on the other side. You know, couldn't do this without the support and love of the people who know me. Look me up on Facebook. It's Branch Crew on Facebook. You'll see it. It's a flag flying over my back. I think we were in Iowa when we took that picture. I got mad respect for everybody that's with the 1776 restoration movement. I love all you guys. Even if some of you guys might not like me too much, I still love you guys. You know what I mean? Let's make it clear one more time. I'm not a follower of the 1776 restoration movement. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I am with the 1776 restoration movement. I'm not with them in person, but I'm with them in spirit. And I am a member of that movement. And it wouldn't be possible without Santa. Santa let my voice be heard. And I appreciate that more than anything in the world. There were a couple people there that gave us gas money to get home. And I want to give those people a shout out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That matters. It helped. And I can't wait to see what's next. I can't wait to see what's next. So, like I said, I'll keep you guys updated, and I will go live for the event, for the roundup toward the end of this month. We'll put out more information on it. Love you guys. You guys have a good day.